Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a deck review. What? Two deck reviews. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the review show. My name is David, this is Magic Orthodoxy, and I review playing cards. I review playing cards since, what, 2013? 2013! I've been reviewing decks of cards, trying to raise awareness for the art and the artists behind those decks, because I'm a big fan of playing cards. I've been collecting them my whole life. I'm also a teacher, I'm also a magician, I'm also a content creator here on YouTube, and I love to use this platform to elevate the voices of other creators so that you know something more about them. Today, we are looking at the Vivid Kingdoms playing cards. These are from 1000. This was a recent Kickstarter, out on Kickstarter, that if you heard about it, I don't know, did you hear about this? Raised over $2 million for playing cards. Playing cards, over 23,000 backers. How did he do it? Well, 1000 is a popular YouTuber. Peter Robinson, he's an artist from Southwest Michigan. He makes paintings and murals and other fun stuff. And if you haven't ever seen his channel, make sure you go out and give him a like and a follow after this video. And really how he did this was he made it a shared experience, which is always great, you know, to build community and also raise hype at the same time, right? So he made something like 7 videos, I think, 7 YouTube videos before the Kickstarter dropped, where he took his audience behind the scenes and kind of walked them through the whole process. They got to see the deck get built up from the ground up and walk them through all the other stages. And so he kind of took his viewers along on the journey so that by the time the Kickstarter dropped, everybody was waiting for it. So yeah, $2 million. Congrats to Peter, 1000. Let's get into the deck review. So like I said, I was in for 2 decks. So I got the standard deck, that's this white one here, and then the King's Blood exclusive limited edition deck. We'll look at both of those. And of course, these come printed from the United States Playing Card Company because they make the best decks on the planet. All right, you wanna see something cool? But damn, look at that. That is a die cut sleeve that goes over the tuck case. So artistically cut so that you can see that little window there. And this triangle shape says Vivid Kingdoms, and you got some gold embossing there on the bottom. The standard deck is all done mostly in white. You got some colors here, 1000 Vivid Kingdoms. This side has a sword, a book, and a flower. The other side has a crown, a skull, and another shape. The back design has this X, it's got a custom tuck seal, beautifully done artwork. And then check this out. Not only the big eye here on the flap, but all the names here on the inside. So beautifully done tuck case. Super excited to break these open so that you can see what's inside. And before we get too far in with the backs, I do want to say that I really love the fact that this deck is done all in one color, as is the other, because then when you have 2 mated decks, that is perfect for gameplay. So if you're going to use these in a 2-card game, you won't have any trouble when the cards get mixed together. You'll be able to easily separate them. Plus, it's nice to just say, hey, this is the white deck and this is the orange deck, right? So you get a nice thin white poker border there. And your back design is a 2-way image of those faces. You got a triptych there in the center, which is similar to a standard rider back. And you got lots of greenery, flora and fauna. It says 1000 right there in that banner. All right, so let's look at the faces. Here's the Ace of Spades. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. And at first glance, you might think, all right, well, it's an artist deck. There's gonna be a lot of art in this. Let me tell you something. We've seen a lot of transformation decks on this channel, most of them vintage or reproductions of vintage. This is one of the first transformation decks I've seen where it's modern art. Transformation deck is where the artist takes more than just the pips and indices, and they create a picture using the faces, and oftentimes the art interacts with the pips. And so as you can see, he's got one of them in his hand there. So this is all going to go together. And obviously the faces are a one-way design, right? And you might say, well, that doesn't really work for gameplay, but I would disagree. I think the indices and the pips are clearly seen. I mean, people understand that's a 10. I want to show you something else that's really cool. Here's your first gaff card. It's the Jack of Spades. And as you can see, the character there in the center has a face card over here and the back over here. So that would make a really great magic trick where you did a reveal. And of course it's the 10 because, you know, it's 1000. So here's your Queen and King. Absolutely gorgeous. The work on this is beyond stunning. The artwork is absolutely incredible. Diamonds, here's your diamonds. And we'll go slow so you can see all the artwork. It would be a shame to rush through these, I think, like we do sometimes, because, you know, we're used to seeing standard faces on the channel. We're used to seeing some of the, you know, the same things over and over again. Of course, Peter's going to play with all the 10s, right? Because 10 is in the title of his channel. And so here's your court cards. You can't tell if they're people from a long time ago or if they're just modern people made to look vintage. Each suit, the characters have their own garb and colorings. A lot of thought went into this. Here's your other custom 10, right? And so now we're moving into the clubs. And the other thing you're going to see is coloring, right? The coloring that was used is similar throughout. And I think that's key too. Like when you're going through cards, you want to make sure that there's no like one bright, weird yellow that just stands out of, you know, like where'd that come from? Like the artist was very careful to keep everything within the same family. And so here we're going to get into the kings. And so here your King of Hearts and Queen of Hearts. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. I mean, I can't stop looking at these cards. They're incredible. Here's your other custom 10. And then we'll go through the hearts. Some of the similar scenes, but each one completely unique and always big exploded aces. You also are going to have two original jokers. One's a dog and one's a character, and the VK for Vivid Kingdoms. And you'll even get a double backer, which is great for magic tricks. Now, in some respects, the King's Blood deck is a recolor. You're going to see a lot of the same symbols, same images, right? It's not a complete recolor though. So again, you'll have the eye, but the inside of this tuck is blank. And let's look at the cards. So here's that orange color I mentioned earlier. So again, right, all one color, which is nice. I like that. Not a lot to distract the eye, but still good for playing a game if you had two colors. Let's go through the faces. So with the face cards, you really only have 4 cards that are different from this deck. And so that's also really cool because when you have a completely custom deck and you're learning all the faces, now you don't have to learn the faces for 2 sets. You really only have to learn 1. The first one is a new ad card. And so it's a thank you card, obviously, for the Kickstarter. And you will also get 2 new original jokers. Over here on the left, you have a female jester, which is really beautiful. And then you have this kind of baby doll jester, and it says June up here in the crown. And then you're going to get 2 King of Hearts. This is also really cool, and there's a nice story behind this. This King of Hearts was the original King of Hearts, and one of the first courts that he had drawn. This King of Hearts was repurposed, originally intended to be the King of Spades, but rather than lose the art for either picture, it's nice to have them both included. But that's just what the cards look like. You also want to know how they feel and how they handle. I still haven't learned how to stick these cards through the screen. I don't know how to give them to you so that you can hold them. So the best thing I can do is weigh them and measure them and compare them to other decks in my collection. 10 cards in the caliper come to 2.75. 2.75 from USPCC is about standard. Not too thick, not too thin. It's a nice right there in the middle. Gonna feel the same as a deck of bikes that you pulled off the shelf at your local grocery store, which means they're gonna be springy, they'll have a lot of action, they'll feel good right out of the box. Super stoked to get these in the mail. I was waiting for this package in a sleeping bag, in a tent, outside my mailbox for weeks, waiting for the postman to drop these off. Had people, watch people, scouts on the corners with walkie-talkies. None of that is true. None of that is true. I'm lying to you. Because my mailman comes at like the same time every day, so I wouldn't need to sleep outside. That'd be silly. But I'm trying to say, I was looking forward to these and so glad they're here now and happy to share them with you. Happy to share them with you. And that's everything I wanted to say about the decks. I was excited to bring these to you. So if you're a follower of mine and you didn't know anything about 1000, I hope I've introduced you to a brand new channel. Please go check him out. After you watch this, give him a like and a follow. And while you're here, do the same for me, please. It really helped me out a lot if you hit like, subscribe, and follow. Mash all those buttons. That really helps me out a lot. And stick around to the end of this video because I have a very special announcement for you. Big, huge thanks to 1000art.com. That's where you want to go to learn more and possibly pick up some decks for yourself. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, would you like to learn a magic trick? You would? Did you know I have a second channel? That's right. I have a second channel where I teach beginning level magic tricks. Magic Channel Card Tricks is a place that you can go to learn tricks with ordinary items you can find around the house. Paper clips, rubber bands, pens, and of course, decks of cards. I teach beginning level card tricks, simple card tricks, simple card forces that anybody could learn. I also review magic kits. So if you go buy a magic kit from the store, your local Walmart or Target, or you get a magic kit for Christmas, I'll go over exactly what's inside. And I'll even teach you how to perform with some of those tricks that you get inside those kits. Plus, I'm even gonna give you video instruction to very simple, very inexpensive tricks that you can pick up at your favorite magic store. Sometimes you get those tricks and the instructions are just on a tiny little piece of typewritten paper and you have no idea how to do that trick. Don't throw that trick away. Don't put it in a box. Come back to Magic Channel Card Tricks and I will teach you how to use that trick as well. Or maybe you're not a beginner. Maybe you're not a beginner, but maybe you have a niece or a nephew or a little brother or sister that you could share this channel with them. This is a great, safe place, kid-friendly, where they can learn beginning level magic. Make sure you head on over to Magic Channel Card Tricks. Give my videos a like. Subscribe to that channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being a part of Magic Orthodoxy.